So welcome to day 3 of our garden series. Go ahead, take a nice deep breath. Just feel what it is to be present with yourself in this moment. Just notice how your body's expanding and returning. And at every single breath, you have air that is no longer needed, that you're expelling. And it's so easy to just let it go, to let it release from your body. And when you have that old air leaving, automatically brand new, fresh, helpful air comes in. Notice what it's like to just breathe in the fresh air as there's all that room. Just knowing that there's nothing that you need to do. This time is for you. There's no way to do this wrong, and there's no way to do it more right. That whatever's coming up for you is exactly right, even if it doesn't match what I'm saying. So continue to just be curious with whatever is coming up for you. And allow your imagination to bring forth an image of a garden. And whether this is an old Chinese garden, or a flower garden, or a vegetable garden, a garden in your backyard, garden in a pot. Whatever that garden looks like for you is exactly right. Just notice what it's like to be in this garden, if this is a garden that you've been in before, or if this is new for today. And if you'd like to have a resource with you, somebody walking through the garden that is safe, loving, and powerful, just allow that to show up. Whether it's a person you know, a deity of your faith, wise and loving ancestor, even a piece of nature, part of the garden itself, perhaps. Or if this is a journey for you to be on your own. Just notice what that's like to have that resource with you. And just notice everything about the garden. The temperature of the air, if it's day or night, what time of year it is. And as you move through your garden, noticing trees, flowers, plants, whatever's there for you. And then just find a place within your garden to rest. Whether you're sitting on a bench or on the ground. Maybe you're resting even standing. Maybe you're in a tree. Wherever you are to rest, just feel what it feels like to be within this garden, fully at rest, at peace. Then as you look down, notice some weeds that are there amongst this beautiful garden. Notice what it's like to witness the weeds there. And whatever those weeds look like, whether they're flowering weeds or a thistle or just a plant that doesn't belong there. And notice that weed in the context of the whole garden. And then just speaking to the weed, what it's like to see you here is and what I want to have happen with you, weed, is and what it would be like if you weren't here would be. And what it reminds me of as I see you here in this garden is and anything else that wants to be spoken to the weed, go ahead and speak it now. And how it feels to say all this to you is and now moving your awareness from yourself into the weed, looking from its perspective, back at yourself, and sensing all that has been spoken as a stream of colored energy, moving from you to the weed, sensing that energy, its color, its quality, and how and where it enters your body, the weed's body. And then allowing that energy to extend all the way down to the roots and all the way up to the top. And then speaking for the weed. Self, what I've heard you say to me is, and how it feels to hear you say that is, and what I'm here to tell you is, and what I want to tell you about the nature of weeds in gardens is, and what we're here to remind you of, self, is because when you know that, then and what we're trying to do for you, self, is because what we want for you is, and when we weeds show ourselves above the surface, what this allows for is and if you ignore us and don't pay attention, what will happen is and what we know would be best for you and the garden would be. And so when you see us, what I want you to remember is and anything else that the weed wants to speak to self, go ahead and speak it now. And what it feels like to say all this to yourself is and now easily moving your awareness back from the weed, back into your own body, looking through your own eyes, listening through your own ears, sensing your own words, body, and emotions, and looking back at the weed and sensing all that the weed has spoken as a stream of colored energy that's moving from it to you. Noticing its color and its quality, and how and where it's entering your body. And then feeling that energy, fully receiving it. Any parts of it that you don't wish to receive can just go back to the earth for recycling. And feeling that energy expanding and expressing throughout your body. And then speaking back to the weed. What I've heard you say, what I've received from you is, and how it feels to receive that from you is, and what I now realize that I didn't realize before is, and how it feels to realize that is, and what I now realize about when I see you in the garden is, And what I want to have happen now is because what I'm realizing is and anything else that wants to be spoken to the weed, go ahead and speak it now. And how it feels to say all this to you is and now allow to happen whatever wants to happen in this moment. Noticing how it feels emotionally, energetically, physically to have that happen. And then bringing your awareness back to the garden as a whole. Taking in all the beautiful flowers or vegetables or trees or whatever's in your garden. Noticing what is overwhelming in the garden, what you notice most of. And noticing what you want more of. And just allowing that garden to evolve in any way that feels good for you. And then bringing your awareness back to your body. Noticing what it's like to be in this garden, what it's like to breathe this air. And then your body will let you know that all this work that you've done is anchored all the way down into cellular memory, even down into your DNA. Available in your conscious mind, able to be retrieved at will. Available in your unconscious mind, flashing millions of times every split second without you even thinking about it. And it lets you know that this is done and complete and permanent by bringing full feeling back into your arms, your legs, your fingers and toes, normal awareness back into your mind, your body, your brain. And as it's complete, you'll open your eyes.